Hey y'all, and welcome to the Farming Pastor's Wife. I am so glad that you have joined me in my kitchen down here on the farm. My name's Leslie, and if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so while you watch this video. We are going to make a butter pecan cake, a butter pecan coffee cake. It's one of those things that you can have for breakfast or you can have as a dessert. It's a great all-around cake. So join us as we make a butter pecan cake, coffee cake. Okay guys, so first let me go ahead and just tell you to excuse the hair. It's looking a little wild, but I bought this cool curling iron that kind of gives you that beach look, and it stays for like days. And my hair is really dry, so I don't have to wash my hair but like every third day. And this is day 3 with my hair curled, and so it's falling out and it's looking kind of fuzzy. Tonight's wash night. But anyway, let's talk about the cake. You're not here to talk about my hair. So, let me go through the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need a butter pecan cake mix. I make a lot of cakes, but I have 2 that I make from a cake mix. And this is one of them. This is one you can whip up in no time, bake it, and have for company. It's just a great, in fact, it's Bryant's favorite cake. That and my pound cake are his favorite cakes. I love my chocolate and my strawberry cake. And my strawberry cake is from a cake mix. But, so you're gonna, and I don't know if Betty Crocker is the only one that makes a butter pecan cake. But it doesn't matter the name brand if other brands have a butter pecan. You just need a butter pecan cake. You're also going to use 4 eggs. You're going to need 4 large eggs. You're going to need a cup of water. And I don't know why I have water here. My sink's right there. Anyway, you're going to need, so a cup of water. You're going to need 3/4 cup of any kind of oil. I would not use olive oil because you don't want that flavor, that olive flavor in your cake. But vegetable oil, canola oil, anything like that. A 3/4 of a cup, and you're going to need a can of the coconut pecan frosting. The coconut pecan frosting. So, let's start with our cake mix. Today was, we were setting up our chicken houses to get chickens back. So, oh, and let me tell you this, I'm making 2 of these cakes, and let me explain to you why I'm making 2. I'm going to do a Facebook Live video later this evening, and we're going to make this same exact cake. Oh, I don't have a trash bag in my trash can. We're going to make this exact cake, and I needed one that I can already have done so they don't have to sit around and wait. Let me talk to them for 45 minutes while it bakes. And so I wouldn't have to come on a second time live. I can just have this cake ready to cut for them so they can see. So here is my cup of water going in. And I'm going to turn you guys down so you can see what I'm doing. And let's do our 3/4 cup of oil. Look at that. Pretty much perfect. Pretty much perfect. I don't know what I'm going to do with this cake. I might. Caroline is going into her new job tomorrow, and we're going to set up her office. So we may take it to the employees there. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do, this is a cake you can beat up with just a whisk. You don't need to get out your mixer. You don't need to get out your hand mixer. You are perfectly safe to do this with a whisk. So, with that being said, I want to get my eggs a little bit of a head start. So I am going to kind of whisk them up in a separate bowl. And we need 4 eggs. Y'all, and you see how that yolk kind of fell apart? The reason it fell apart was because I dropped it really hard. But if you drop it easy, they should stay together. If you have one fall apart, I would take it out. But that one is okay because I felt it drop hard. Ooh. And there was no other eggs for it to bounce back on in the jar. Y'all, not having a trash bag has handicapped me. All right. So let me just give those a little bit of a head start with the whisking. That should be plenty good right there. And we're just going to pour this in with everything else. And we are going to whisk this. I did try to get a bowl that doesn't sound quite as bad as my other ones when you when I whisk and you hear it. But if you still have a terrible noise, I apologize. You don't have to get every lump out, but you want to get it pretty good. I believe that is good enough. All right, I'm going to set that right there. Now, this is an odd part. Like I said, this is probably one of, I haven't said this on this video, but on another video, this is one of these cakes that probably came around years ago and people have kind of forgot about it, and it just kind of needs to be revived a little bit. So this is the odd part here. Your icing, your coconut and pecan icing, doesn't go on your cake. It goes in your cake. And y'all, this is what makes the cake so moist and and so delicious. Y'all, I'm getting stuff everywhere. I'm just going to break it down a little bit, and then I'm going to take my whisk back to it. Someone mentioned to me the other day, they said on a fluted bundt cake, how do you get everything greased well with all the crevices, and she's referring to the putting the Crisco down and then flouring and shaking it around and being sure you have Crisco and flour in every crevice, and I told her, I said, I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. They make this great product. It's a baking spray. There's name brands. The brand I have is off-brand, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. I get mine at Aldi. And it'll say for baking. And what it does is it has flour already in there with it. And she says, well, I have that stuff. I've just been afraid to use it. I wasn't sure. So I'm going to take the camera over here in just a second to spray my pan so you guys can see how much to put or how little to put. I'm going to clean off my sink just a little bit so I can bring you over here and show you me spraying the pan, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I brought you over here because I do like to spray over the sink because I spray it pretty liberally, and if there's any overspray, I want it to be on my sink, something easy, and definitely not on the floor so I slide and fall down. So I just hold my pan kind of at an angle, and I spray the sides really good. Be sure the bottom's sprayed, and then I spray up the tube part. There you go. Your pan is sprayed and ready for your cake. Now I have preheated my oven to 350. So it is in the process of getting hot and ready. Y'all, I have butter beans over here. Well, or llamas. They're dry, and I've been cooking them. And I've already boiled them over twice. Oh well. Nothing like making a mess to make good food. Alright. So, I am just, look, I'm still making a mess. Y'all didn't see that, thank goodness. I just dripped it all over the... Okay. So I've got my, and it kind of disappears, so it's okay. It's still sprayed. You've sprayed it well. And I just take my cake batter. This one kind of runs, because let me tell y'all, this is a moist, deliciously moist cake. It is so good. So very good. All right. So there you go. The cake is ready to go in my oven just as soon as it beeps and tells me it's preheated. Oh, I guess it has beeped. It is preheated. So let's stick this baby in here. There you go. We're going to set the timer for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. If your oven seems to cook a little cool, you may want to do it for 50. But my oven cooks pretty warm. I mean, I guess I haven't calibrated it or checked it, but I guess it's pretty close to accurate because just about everything follows the recipes they're supposed to. So, we're going to let it cook for 45 minutes, and I will show you a slice when it's done. Again, I think this cake is delicious for maybe a brunch, to have a piece of this cake with maybe something salty, like some salty ham, or a cheesy frittata, or something, I don't know, bacon. And I even wondered, I've never done this, but I kind of wonder how it would be to... I think it's too moist to actually stick down into your toaster oven. I mean your toaster, but if you had a toaster oven or your oven, your big oven, maybe toast it just a little bit. Kind of like a banana bread. I don't know how that would be. I've never tried it. It may be way too moist to even do that with. So I'm not sure. I've never done it. So... But once you make it and you try it, you let me know, okay? So guys, if you make this, I want you to send me a picture of it. Any of my food that you make, I would love for you to send me a picture, and I can post it on my page. You can go to the Farm and Pastor's Wife Facebook page. You'll have to send it to me probably in Messenger because I don't think it's not a group, so I don't think you can actually post on there. But if you send it to me in Messenger, I can put a post up and say, this is so-and-so and they made this cake. Or even if you don't want it posted, you can just send it to me and say, look what I made. And the other day I did a biscuit video, and a lady in Kentucky, Tiffany, made biscuits for, well, I don't think it's for the first time, but I think it was the first time that they were successful or that they were good. And I think her words were they weren't a brick. So, and then, believe it or not, Tiffany, inspired my daughter to make biscuits. And my daughter made biscuits for the first time. So, y'all, that's what this is about. So we can all learn from each other and learn how to cook and learn how to do things. So I'm going to clean up this cake mess. I'm going to finish supper because we're having, I say weenies, but it's kielbasa sausage. But I just say weenies because I'm going to cut it up into little pieces. And sauerkraut. And we're going to have, let me see, I call them lima beans. Or sometimes I call them butter beans. I don't know what I'm calling. I call them different things. I wanted to see what the package calls them. The dry bag that they came in calls them large limas. So anyway, large limas. And I'm gonna make some Mexican cornbread to go with it. And so I've got to get all this done while this cake makes, so that I can turn around and make another cake. So I will come back and I'll show you the cake once it's finished. You probably won't get to see it being, well, I tell you what, y'all won't get to see this one that I put in the oven being turned out, but the cake I'm going to make on Facebook Live is going to be made in this, and so I can video popping this one out. Now, I've never baked a cake in this one, so I don't know how easy it's going to come out. So, that may be interesting, but, so I'll video this at the end of this video, turning it out to see how easy it comes out and how pretty this cake is. This will be the one that if it turns out good, if it's pretty, that we may take to Caroline's work tomorrow. Because I get to go with her and help her set up her office. I'm so excited! I think I'm more excited than she is. So, won't be long. We'll be back with chickens. We'll have chickens back. We've got the houses set up and ready for them. So yeah, we're fixing to get back into our normal groove of things. Our little break is over. And it's funny, we get a 4-week break. And at the end of the break, we're all kind of ready for the chickens to come back, because we're ready for that routine. We're ready to know what we're going to be doing on what days. So, yeah. So anyway, y'all stay tuned. I'll be right back and we'll turn the cake out and I'll show you how it looks, especially in that heart-shaped pan. I'm excited. Well, y'all, the cake's only been made a little over an hour or two. And this is what's left. Already half of it gone. There's the second one that I made. And it came out of the pan beautifully. There it is. That's beautiful. So y'all, you can see how moist this cake is. It is so delicious. So very delicious. Good of a morning with a cup of coffee, nighttime with a glass of milk. I don't drink milk, but that would be Brian's preference. So y'all, thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I got to make 2 of them. There's a Facebook Live video on this, and then there's the YouTube video, and they're 2 totally separate videos. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Bye, y'all. Thank you.